Hey, 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 it's What's Cooking, and it's Friday, so it's the kickoff to the weekend, and does it feel like a Friday? Does it feel like a Monday, or does it just feel like Groundhog's Day? So lots of stuff cooking today. I'm really excited because at 5:30 I'm going to go on Instagram Live with musician and friend and amazingly talented human being, Johnny Tarr. So I'm going to kind of do this abbreviated so that people can go to Instagram Live and watch Johnny and I kind of dish about what he's up to. You know, we've got to support our musicians, our small businesses. So what am I doing? I would say It's What's Cooking is about cheese. So yesterday I made this crazy 4-cheese macaroni and cheese. And Philip Frederickson and I did not eat any of it. We delivered to the door to our clients, Rhett and Gina and Bo and Tinsley, their container, their dish of the mac and cheese. And we took some next door to our neighbor. I made 3 separate dishes but did not bake ours. So in this very small container, that way I could just start doing some weights with this. It literally must weigh like 15 pounds. I am going to be baking this tonight. And then I've made meatballs 2 ways, okay? So one, I'm baking meatballs in a brand new, clean, never been used, spray it with some spray and put aluminum foil or on a cookie sheet meatballs, and I stuffed them with mozzarella, okay? So I'm gonna cook them in this. The eggshells, and I've done this multiple times, and what will happen is any of the fat, and by the way, this is bison, and I have garlic, onion, Parmesan cheese, the very fine kind, as well as the shredded kind, crushed red pepper, salt and pepper, parsley, and basil. So these are gonna go on a cookie sheet, and they're gonna bake, and then, just because I had a lot of stuff here, I made Bison Cupcakes. Yeah, seriously. So in these, same ingredients of mix, right? But again, I stuffed them with mozzarella cheese, so when you cut into them, they're gonna get crispy, but then they're gonna have that ooey gooey cheesiness because the 4 cheese mac and cheese is not cheesy enough, correct? All right. So then, Kalala, more than candles. I love it. So we got candles burning. And we finally took out all of the rinds, the peels, I should say, of the limoncello, orangecello, and kumquatcello yesterday and strained it. And then we added simple syrup, very little, we did not overdo it. So Philip brought me to taste store purchase orangecello. You can see the difference, see the color? And our orangecello, which is totally lighter in color, and he wanted me to do a taste. So let me see. So this is the this was in the freezer, so it has a distinct advantage. And the color's my favorite. It's very orange. I think it's very sweet. I'm not a big simple syrup kind of gal. So we're going to be bottling these and giving them out to some special people in our life. And let me taste this one. And these oranges came off of Jan's tree and our neighbor Kathy's tree. So 2 of our neighbors had fresh oranges. Holy moly, Batman. I barely tasted that. That needs to hang out for a while and like chill because it's strong. Holy cow. Wow. All right, so we're having bison stuffed meatballs with mozzarella and all seasoned with 2 types of Parmesan cheese, crushed red pepper, onion, salt, parsley, basil, a little bit of salt. Remember that anytime you use Parmesan cheese, 3 eggs from the girls, I forgot about that. The girls' fresh eggs are also in there. Notice I did not say breadcrumbs, so I do not put any breadcrumbs ever in my meatballs, just to keep it as keto friendly as possible. I know a lot of people add breadcrumbs and filler. I don't like that. And then I also have stuffed mushrooms ready to go. And I had made this filling last week and froze it because I made too much of it. So I defrosted it, and it's spicy sausage, cream cheese, Boursin cheese, and cream cheese. Did I say cream cheese? I probably said cream cheese. Alrighty. And then I also, because we had them still, these cute little peppers. I made these last weekend. Again, I kept the filling in the freezer, and I just defrosted it to reuse because you can't throw stuff out, right? Not good. And then I've got heirloom tomatoes, little baby ones right here, really pretty, like super bright green, like gorgeous colors. Yellow, really pretty. And this has been marinating with a little bit of sea salt and pepper, and I'm going to drizzle it with some balsamic reduction. Okay. Ooh, that lemon or orange cello is really sweet. It's not my vibe. And then I'm totally addicted to pears, avocado, tomato, and mozzarella. So we're gonna have some very thinly sliced pears, and they're beautiful. They are like, look how pretty these are. Gorgeous pears, and that's gonna be like the little salad. So we've got a lot of cheese going on tonight, gang. So as I said, I'm just gonna do like an abbreviated little cooking thing because I wanna bring Johnny Tarr on 5:30. And Johnny does a live show 3 times a week, and he's gonna talk about that. He's also gonna talk about where he's from and what's been going on. And you know, as we know, our musicians are not making any money, our artists are not making any money. Jay Rodriguez, Emmy Award winning actor from Queer Eye for a Straight Guy, he did a show last night on his Facebook Live. I posted it on mine. You know, these guys are all just out there hoping that they get a stimulus check, and I know for sure Jay did not get one and is not going to get one, so it's not cool. So also tomorrow, as I'm cutting up my pears, tomorrow at 4:30, Philip Fredrickson and I are going to do a Napa Valley wine tour. And the coolest thing happened, our neighbor Jan, her cousin Pat is selling a house in Napa Valley. So if anybody wants to buy a house in Napa Valley, Pat has one for sale. And she and I and Pat had and Jan had like a little conversation a couple weeks ago, just kind of giving her a little bit of guidance on meeting her listing agent and what to expect and the whole 9 yards. So yesterday, Jan delivered a bottle of Rombauer with a thank you note virtually sent from Napa Valley to us, thanking us for giving her that help, which we would do no matter what. We're just pleased to be able to offer some guidance on her listing her home in Napa Valley, and hopefully she will move to San Diego. However, she may choose to move to Sacramento, but we'll see. But I thought that was super cool. So obviously tomorrow, my last name is pronounced technically Kovacevic, okay? But when my grandparents came to America, they changed it and shortened it and dropped the chiches, and it became Kovacevic, or some people would say Kovacevic, and some people would even shorten it more and just be Kovac or Kovac. So my real last name is Kovacevic, and I took my maternal grandmother's maiden name because of my great aunt Luella, long story, but anyway, Kelly. We will feature Grgic wine, gotta support the Croatian people, and Mike Grgic is still alive, God bless him. And from what we knew last year in the fall when we were there, he still comes in the winery like once or twice a week, and he's in his mid-90s, so how cool is that? And then I don't know the other 2 wines that we're featuring because Philip is actually on the phone right now with a client, so I don't know the other 2 wines, but we'll post them, and we will do a 4:30 virtual wine tasting tour. And we do need to support our Napa Valley. They've been hit so hard by so many devastations over the last few years, and now this, you know, with the fires and the floods, and now, my goodness, being closed down. So hopefully things are opening up a little bit more. Yesterday, Philip and I drove to our clients, Rhett and Gina's, to drop something off, and then to another client who is leaving San Diego, is actually on the road today, driving to Seattle for her new job, and we sold her house in Encinitas. Anyway, we never got, you know, we were completely safe in masks and gloves and blah, blah, blah. But I saw a restaurant in Encinitas yesterday that has a very small, narrow outdoor patio that had a couple having wine, bottle of wine, glasses of wine, no mask, nothing. And then I saw a bunch of people on the, you know, where if you are at Swami's and you're kind of going south from Swami's, that path where the cliffs are and the water is down below, I saw a ton of people going back and forth, really tight, walking, groups of people, and nobody was wearing masks. So we got to keep our act together, people, because I do not want to get into detention for being bad. I did not like detention when I was younger, and I am certainly not going to like it if we mess this up and get stuck in detention again. So it's what's cooking. I'm going to come back in a little bit with Johnny Tar at 5:30 on MB Kellee Instagram Live at 5:30. So hopefully you guys can join us. And it's a beautiful evening, and at least in San Diego. I hope everybody out there is being safe and healthy and staying happy and staying, you know, in a good frame of mind, because getting in a bad frame of mind is no bueno. And I told Philip, today, I go, I declare tomorrow morning, I promise I'm not setting my alarm for the first time since this whole thing started. So however many days it is, I am going to, as the British would say, have a lay-in and just chill out and maybe even watch some Netflix. I'm not even going to do the 9:30 Zoom meeting with our company. I am like taking a little bit of time off, which is good. Everybody is entitled to feel and do what they need to do, but please make sure, like I said, you're taking care of yourself. Michael Borelli, you are a master chef. Borelli Design Studio. He does the most breathtaking custom cabinetry and woodworking and doors and cabinetry and builds kitchens, and super cool place. And I know there's some chefs out there that would love to do a couple virtual cooking shows in your kitchen with your breathtaking purple. He has a purple oven, it's super cool. And he's got cameras and the whole 9 yards. So it's super dialed in. So I know Chef Jen is interested in learning more about how she might be able to do a couple cooking classes in the kitchen at the Borelli Design Studio. And I know Jerry and Kurt love their Borelli Design Kitchen. And Jerry has Truly Scrumptious, Monica, her, what's it called? She named it Quarantina, her sourdough starter. And Jerry's making bread in his new oven in his new kitchen and using that. And I know Steve Finley, we dropped him off some Quarantina, and he's become a Major League Baseball player turned bread maker and croissant maker. Who knew? But all of them are having fun using the Quarantina from Monica, and I think that's pretty cool. Again, just trying to share the love, people, share the love. Support everybody you can, and in the meantime, stay physically distant while staying socially connected, and I will be back on Instagram at 5:30. See ya. I'm going to put these in the oven and get them baking, and goodness knows that 4 cheese mac and cheese is probably going to take an hour and a half to bake. See ya. I can't see my little finish thing.